Hello and welcome back to Haste Kitchen. Thank you for joining me. If you remember at the weekend, I did an Instagram of a picture of a pie which my kids were eating. You all seem to ask to want to see it, so we're going to be doing a chicken and mixed vegetable open pie with a Stilton and white wine sauce. We're going to finish that off with a little bit of puff pastry on the top. Remember the 80-20 split. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of puff pastry or a little bit of badness here and there. It's absolutely fine. It's all about moderation. So, chicken and mixed vegetable pie. I'm going to serve that up with some sliced mixed courgettes. I'm going to griddle them off so they're nice and charred and lovely to go with the pie. So let's get cooking. Simple ingredients today. We've got some butter, just to sweat off the vegetables and the onions. We've got some thyme, a couple of carrots. We've got some mixed mushrooms. I've got a sliced chicken breast. We've got a little bit of Stilton. Stilton at the end, you can leave this if you don't like cheese. However, it gives it a lovely sort of thickness and creaminess to the sauce and gives it like a little ping of flavour. We've got some spinach, some puff pastry, some white wine. We've got some chicken stock. We've got some flaked ham. We've got a diced red onion. We've got some mixed courgettes, some lovely yellow and green, a leek, and we are pretty good to go. Mixed mushrooms, obviously they're going to go in, and the egg yolk is just going to be to put on top of the pastry to make sure it gets a nice glossy top to it. Right, this sort of dish is all about the speed, so I think you can cook puff pastry, which takes about 20-25 minutes. You can do the whole meal for about 20 minutes, which is pretty good. So oven up to temperature, going to whack that up to about 250, which is full heat, okay? You're going to grab your puff pastry, and all you're going to do is some of your egg yolk or egg white on top, straight onto an oven tray, into your oven, and let's get on with the proper cooking. Right, so first of all, we're going to get up our pan up to heat. We're going to add a little bit of butter. A lot of you say, why do I use butter for cooking? Simple thing, please don't think fats are bad for you. These are good fats. This is Kerrygold butter, which means it's from grass-fed beef, which I've said several times before in the past. It's perfectly good for you, it's perfectly healthy. So into that, it's just melting down. I'm just going to chuck in one diced red onion. Now all you're looking for is this just to sweat down slightly. And if it starts sticking to the bottom of the pan, don't worry about it. That's all good because we can release that off with some of our stock later on, and all those crunchy flavours will go into the food. Right, into your onions. As 1 or 2 cubed chicken breast. Give that a good stir. Into that, we're going to go with a good pinch of salt and a good pinch of pepper. Right, grab yourself your carrots, chop them in half, and then literally just tiny little sections. Carrots are in. Going to go into some of the mushrooms, just cut them in half. Into your pan. Got myself a nice field mushroom there as well. Just roughly chop that up into chunks as well. Going to give it a lovely darkness to the sauce. Got to work quickly with me on this one, but don't cut yourself. Right, that's all your mushrooms in. I'm only going to use 1 carrot in this, I think that's going to be enough. Right, can you see that? It's now starting to stick slightly to the bottom of the pan. Now that's your flavour, that's the nicest bit about it. Because once you've had your stock in there, it's going to release all that, it's going to clean it off the bottom of the pan, so there's no washing up. And it's going to really intensify the flavours. So that chicken is pretty much done. The mushrooms are just starting to sweat down. Now into that we can go in with our ham. Use whatever ham you want. I've just used ham hock. Keep stirring that round. In with your white wine. If you don't drink and not allowed white wine, you can leave this one out, it's fine. So 1 glass of white wine. We're going to go in with some of our stock. About half of that, and I'm now going to put my leeks in. I always get a runaway leek. Every single time I film any video with leeks, there's always one that decides to jump off the side, like a cliff jumper. All these vegetables being washed before anyone comments and says they haven't been washed, they're all washed. Leeks can go in. The reason I put my leeks in last of all is because I don't like them to be all sweated off and soft. I actually like them to have a little bit of crunch in them. If you put them in whole rings towards the end of the sauce, they're a little bit more firm at the end, rather than being almost like an onion and sweated down too much. The rest of your stock can go in. And you're just going to leave that to sweat down. In with some of your thyme. Go downwards towards the end of the stalk just to release the thyme. I don't really like the stalks going in there, to be honest with you. Right, leave that to simmer. You're going to leave that to simmer for about 10 minutes, okay? Don't open the door on the puff pastry. Just leave that. Hopefully you've got a glass so you can see what's happening, and that should be starting to raise by now. While that's bubbling away, we're just going to take off the ends of our courgettes, and we're just going to slice this really thinly. The same again with the yellow. Starting to smell amazing. Right, so we're 10 minutes in. Just to thicken that sauce, I've just got some gluten-free flour. Sieve that through. And just stir that in. All that's going to do is thicken up the sauce slightly. The reason I'm sieving that in, it just stops it getting loads of lumps. That is consistency you want. That's pretty much thick enough. So we're going to go in with a little bit of Stilton. So just crumble up your little bit of Stilton, and that is just going to lift that flavour and make it so much stronger. If you don't like Stilton, leave it out. Melt that in. Now this is the most important bit. Turn it off. You don't want that to overcook in any way at all. You've got the right sort of thickness and consistency there. And you're going to go in with your spinach. Now the reason I put the spinach at the end is because it's quite thick. It's probably going to get thicker. That spinach is going to let out some water because it's about 60% water anyway, or something like that. Right, leave your spinach in, and just literally just put the lid on with no heat. Right, move that back, leave that to simmer, and we're going to go on with some of our courgettes. Just lay them down. A little bit of salt over the top, just for a little bit of seasoning. A little bit of pepper. So the amount of sauce that we've made there will probably make you about 3 or 4 pies. I'm just going to make you one today just to show you how to do it, obviously. But bear in mind, put another 3 pastries in or some more veg in there for whoever you're cooking for. These will literally take about 2 minutes either side, so not long at all. There's so much water in them. Just leave them, they'll slightly start to char and get their lines on, and then we'll just turn them over. Right, we're in 15 minutes, so let's get our oven off. And get our pastry out. With the pastries, they won't rise anywhere near the same as what they do with the pre-bought stuff, but it'll be pretty damn good still anyway. Right, let's turn these over. Right, let's serve this one up, shall we? So, plate, bowl. Let's grab some of our gorgeous courgettes. grab some of our sauce. And all we're going to do is take our bowl, add some of your sauce and your meat. And you can see the spinach there is nice and vibrant and green still. That's because we put it in last thing. Pop that out of the way. And now what we're going to do is pop in our puff pastry, like so. And to finish that off, we're just going to garnish that off with just a little bit of pepper, a little bit of thyme, and a little bit of salt, just to garnish. So 20 minutes, that's all that took to cook. Let's get stuck in, let's give this a try. I don't know what it is, whether it's a thing from a kid, but I always have to smash open the pie. It's a bad habit, I'm sure. Right, so a little bit of your courgette. Smash this open. You can be messy with the pie, can't you? You're going to get some of that lovely filling. You can really taste the Stilton through there. So if you don't like Stilton, don't leave it in, but it's definitely a good taste of it in there. So there we have it, guys. There's your chicken and Stilton and spinach mixed vegetable open pie with mixed green and yellow griddled courgettes. Go and make this one. Comments below, please. Anything that you want to say about the food, any ideas that you have for different recipes. Also, if you can go to my Facebook page and press like on Haste Kitchen, that would be great. And Twitter, Haste Kitchen, and Instagram, Haste Kitchen. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, bye-bye. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Haste Kitchen on day 5 of Wrap Week. Thank you so much for all the love and comments this week. It seems to have gone down really, really well. Now this is one for you vegetarians out there. We couldn't end out.